Thank you very much. And I want to remind you that this is the same Attorney General, the same senior counsel who advised Mittal not to pay to compensate the workers and to close down and to use the loopholes within the law to deny workers people who are still suffering as a result of the closure and the walking out of that multinational. And as I talk about multinational, before I conclude, let me just say, what was intended for this country, Trinidad and Tobago, from independence is not what has taken place here now, you know. We have a different Trinidad and Tobago than what has been intended from then, you know. Trinidad and Tobago under Dr. Rowley, this Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is being reshaped, you know, redesigned, you know, away from what the founding fathers wanted. That every creed and race shall find an equal place, that is not happening. That we are supposed to be independent, not just flag independence, but economic independence. And the establishment of the Point Lisas estate and all of those industries. We witnessed last week a tour of the Point Lisas estate. That is laughable. That Dr. Rowley, through his lack of proper economic policies and energy policies, caused the shutting down of the Point Lisas estate. And many hundreds and thousands of workers would have lost their jobs. But he's towing the Point Lisas estate. Something that Dr. Eric Williams would have established, but which through their policies continue to shut down. That we have to pay the multinational more for our own gas in 2022, but we celebrate independence. That we shut down our own ability to produce our own fuels here in this country and buying fuel from somebody else outside, but we say that we are independent. This has to be, this has to be laughable at best. And on top of that, while you to rub it in our faces, you announce that you're going to spend 7.5 million to celebrate the same independence. That we are so dependent here on external forces. If for whatever reason you cannot get fuel into the country, this country shut down. Because you shut down our ability to produce our own fuel. So if for whatever reason the ships, the barges, the vessels cannot come into our region to deliver fuel, the country will shut down. Because we do not produce fuel, because one fella named Dr. Rowley shut it down because he can't manage it. And we are independent. And 7.5 million, which give the 7.5 million to the Scrap Iron Dealers Association while you relook or you rethink how that's supposed to be managed for the 6 months so that they can put food on the table. Give that 7.5 million to poor people in this country to buy books for their children to go to school. Give that money to people who are not working, who are disenfranchised in one way or the other by the government policies. Put some of that money into fixing potholes on the roads. We are now seeing where the citizens have now been asked to fix your own road and go to the 1% hardware and get the material. Oh, what else we want to see happen in this place? You are telling, we give them a job to make sure that we have road, water, hospital, education, and so on, and security in this country. They are not doing that. None of the above is being done. They're sending home workers, and the last straw now, they will tell you, well, you can fix your own road, just get permission from the Ministry of Works. And they will tell you, well, go ahead, fix your road. But go to X hardware, the 1% hardware, buy the material. But we have to be really kunumunu here in this country, where we have to be very foolish here to continue to condone that. They are in your faces now, where one minister is saying that she was going to spend some $7.5 million and celebrate for a whole month, when we have nothing to celebrate. We have absolutely nothing to celebrate. Thousands and thousands of workers have gone home. Many thousands of workers are facing a 4% adjustment, which means nothing. More people like in this industry are getting not even 4%, they are getting absolutely nothing because they're going to shut them down. Cost of living is astronomical. Crime is out of control, they haven't a clue how to deal with it. The road is bad as it can get. And sometimes you find the police ought to go into the, and for missing persons, look in some of those potholes, because some of those potholes are so big. You could find missing persons in those potholes. And that is the Trinidad and Tobago that they have reshaped. And that is the Trinidad and Tobago that a small group of sycophants are supporting against their own detriment. That is the Trinidad and Tobago that has no hope for the future, for our children, for the children of the members of the Scrap Iron Dealers Association. No hope. So you cannot aspire to get a job, to mine a family, to put food on the table, to develop the country. There's no hope.